What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's been a busy day for Lenovo news again. We've got some leaks or some information coming out here for the Legion Go S. We've been talking about that a good bit recently, looking like we're going to see that CES in January 2025. And I wouldn't be surprised if we're able to order that thing pretty soon. But also learning about the next generation Z2 Extreme full-size 8.8-inch Legion Go. So we'll get into that as well. I'm pretty excited about these announcements. If you know me, I really do enjoy the Legion Go and Lenovo products in general, but I have had my gripes about the Lenovo Legion Go the past few months, and we can hit on those when we get through these articles. But first, let's take a look at these two video cards articles, really going over and talking about some of this new leaked information for Legion Go S and the next generation of the full-size Legion Go. So here's the article we got first before the full-size Legion Go article, and it's the AMD Ryzen Z2 based Legion Go S with two colors. The leak comes from Evan Bloss. I believe this was up over on X. I went to try to find it and the page had been removed or taken down at the time of me making this video anyway. But let's go ahead and take a look at the article here, and this should be the design that we're looking at for this thing. The new photos shared by Evan Bloss confirm that the Lenovo Legion Go S, an upcoming gaming handheld powered by AMD's unreleased Ryzen Z2 APU, will be available in black and white colors. Previously, only the white version had surfaced online called Glacier White, and that's the one that we had covered not long ago here. According to the leaks, the Legion Go S will be more affordable, a more affordable handheld using older AMD architecture Zen 3 Plus and RDNA 2. It'll feature a smaller 8-inch screen compared to the 8.8-inch screen or display of the original Legion Go with Ryzen Z1 Extreme. The system will also no longer have removable gamepads, adopting a more ergonomic design similar to the Asus ROG Ally. And that's something we covered with the white version. This is their smaller version, though. At 16.9 8-inch, it is a much larger display than what we have on the 7-inch, like ROG Ally, the original LCD deck, and that type of thing. So that is going to be bigger, and even though it looks like a very similar design, I'm sure it would look and feel a lot different in hand, a lot like the MSI Claw, just being that different aspect ratio and larger screen. So yeah, we kind of know that this smaller, less expensive version won't have detachable controllers, will have a slightly smaller screen and that type of thing. But what kind of price it's going to come in at will be another thing. We can talk about some pricing stuff once we get through these here. So a higher resolution image reveals that the handheld includes a dedicated button for Steam. However, it's unclear whether it indicates the system runs SteamOS or if the button simply opens the Steam application. It's possible that Lenovo might release a special version of the device with SteamOS, but this remains speculation at this point. I really wouldn't be surprised to see them do that, and I think that the option on these handhelds in the future that companies might adopt of being able to order with Windows or with SteamOS, or having dedicated devices with maybe another button or two to help with the OS and that type of thing, could very much be a thing. SteamOS is very popular. I love it on my Steam Deck. It certainly still has its limitations, even though it's come a long way with being able to play games. It's really a nice operating system for handhelds, minus some of the holdback. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. So here we've got kind of a quick summary of the Go S here, with the APU being the AMD Ryzen Z2 Go chip with the 8x Zen 3 Plus and AMD Radeon 680M GPU. Screen size of 8-inch, IPS LCD, 1920 by 1200, 120 Hz refresh rate. Now, one of the articles I did see said that it was confirmed it would have VRR. I think that was one of the articles we were talking about, the white version, but I don't know if that's actually confirmed or not. Memory 16 gigabytes. Not a fan of 16 anymore on handhelds, but on a lower power device, I guess kind of what they're going for resolution and stuff, it'd be fine. Storage 512 gigabytes here. SSD M.2 2242 format, 55.5 watt-hour battery, Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3, Windows 11 Home. Price estimated €600. And here, I don't know what pricing is going to be for these devices, but let's finish this out and take a look at the next article for the next Lenovo Legion Go before we get into that. So the final thing is here that the device will include an 8-inch display with a 1920 by 1200 resolution and 120 Hz refresh rate. Additionally, the handhelds are reported to feature a larger battery than its predecessor, with the 55.5 watt hour capacity. And then they talk about the pricing here. Of course, we're going to know a lot more come CES in January. And here's that white model listed out down here that we had shown before in a previous video. But moving over to something I'm even more excited about is the next generation of the Z2 Extreme full-size removable controller kickstand Lenovo Legion Go. I really love my Lenovo Legion Go. I liked it a lot when it came out. I enjoyed it the first half of this year, and then my complaints really became about software support since May for the device. It's been really slow the past 6 or 7 months. They did just recently here start pushing out a new GPU driver update with new chipset drivers and power management. And for me, that is a nice little update. The GPU driver is still a couple months older than I would like, but it did help some games. And for people that aren't sideloading and are using the official drivers and stuff, which would be a lot of majority of people buying these devices, it is a help. So I am still complaining about software support, and I hope that gets better. But with that kind of put aside, I am really excited for this device, because even just looking at the pictures, it has that refined look that I'm kind of wanting them to go for. I wanted to take that original design and just make it more comfortable, more refined, a little bit nicer looking and nicer to hold on to. And it looks like that might be the case just from looking at this. But let's go through the article here too. It's a pretty short article. The first Ryzen Z2 Extreme handheld leaks out, the new Legion Go 2. Today is Legion Go Day, following the disclosure of the cheaper Legion Go S system and later indications that it may be powered by SteamOS. There's now a new leak featuring an even more interesting system, which is for me the most interesting one, the one I'll want to buy here to test on the channel. As a quick reminder, Lenovo is known to be working on 3 handheld systems powered by the Ryzen Z2 series processors. According to rumors, AMD will launch 3 variants of the new APUs for gaming handhelds, including Rembrandt, Hawkpoint, and Strix Point based models. The latter is the most advanced and powerful processor, featuring Zen 5 cores and RDNA 3.5 graphics. And we can see some more pictures down here of what this looks like, still having those removable controllers, still having that FPS mode stand, the kickstand back here, and a very similar design, but it just looks nicer, it looks more refined, definitely some more curve and cutout around the controllers here. I just think it looks like it should be more comfortable. I just always felt it to be fairly uncomfortable to hold. It's fine for size, but it's a little bit bricky, a little bit sharp around the edges in my opinion, but this looks pretty nice. Like, it could be a pretty nice refinement to what we're used to on the Legion Go, and something where if you really enjoyed the original model, you probably definitely like this one over that. So this is the one I'm actually the most excited about. But let's go ahead and continue through here. It was long speculated that the Legion Go 2 for 2025 would feature the Ryzen Z2 Extreme APU, said to include up to 8 Zen 5 cores and up to 16 RDNA 3.5 compute units, a Radeon 890M. However, Lenovo hasn't stopped at just upgrading the processor. There's also a major upgrade to the screen, and I found this to be pretty interesting too. The leaks come from Evan Boss again, who has also leaked the Lenovo Legion Go S, who provided pictures exclusively to The Verge. They shared 3 photographs confirming that the successor to the Legion Go will indeed have detachable controllers just like older models. Furthermore, the system will retain its 8.8-inch screen, but unlike older systems, it will feature an OLED panel, a major upgrade. I think not just the OLED panel, I think, they took, I believe, what it was like their tablet display, their portrait display, and used on the Legion Go originally, and that was probably a lot more cost effective. It kind of worked, but it also causes issues with the GPU drivers in some games and just things like that. If this is a nice OLED display that's landscape and all of that and can take advantage of all the proper features for that and everything, that could be a very gorgeous screen. The Legion Go screen already looks gorgeous, the current LCD. It's super colorful, very nice. I know most people, including myself, really like that screen. So an 8.8-inch OLED panel on here would be a major upgrade, but kind of curious at what cost though. So it says, it's no coincidence that 2 of the Legion Go systems have leaked today. This is a clear sign that both systems will be showcased at CES 2025 in less than a month. Perhaps a marketing or a teaser campaign is planned leading to this leak. Of course, the specs are not yet confirmed, and the OLED panel detail is taken from the file name. And that's the end of the article there. And then we have all these 3 models listed out right here, plus the old model of the Legion Go. And This isn't super surprising. I could definitely see Lenovo leaning this way. They're going to want multiple options out there to kind of cater to everyone. Not everybody likes the larger Lenovo Legion Go. A lot of people out there do like the smaller handheld devices, even if you don't have a kickstand, removable controllers, and that type of stuff. They're using it as a handheld and they don't mind it being smaller. Also, SteamOS is popular. So I could definitely see something like this. Now, maybe it's just a black and white variant of Windows as well. Might not be SteamOS, but that would be really interesting. But we also know that Valve is working on SteamOS versions for the ROG Ally and other handhelds themselves to push over. So that could be interesting to see. But out of all three of these devices, the one I'm most interested in is the next generation of the full-size Lenovo Legion Go with the full compute power of the Z2 Extreme. So if I have to buy one for the channel, that's going to be the one I go with. I already have the MSI Claw 8-inch coming with the new Intel chips, so comparing that and this, it's going to be exciting in 2025, and I'm sure ASUS is going to have stuff as well. So I'm really excited about this. I just hope Lenovo gets it kind of more together when it comes to the software support for these devices. That's really been my only gripe, because other than that, I feel like the original Legion Go was a solid step into the handheld market, and it looks like they're really refining that, coming out with what should be an even nicer version of that, plus some other choices on the market. So I'm really excited to see what they do there. But besides that, what else will help these be a success is price. They're going to have to be competitive enough. We know the Claw, though, is $799 and $899. I pre-ordered the 8-inch for $899. I believe the original Go, the 1 terabyte, was $799. I think I paid for the $749 model. So I kind of hope they can fall in that range again, maybe. I know with the OLED panel and stuff, it could be more money, but $799 still for the full-size Z2 Extreme, I think would be a pretty good spot for that one. And then if we could get to that $599, that 600 and under, I'm talking USD, for the other models, that would be pretty interesting. But we'll have to see, and I'm sure we'll know at CES in January what kind of price we're looking at. We'll get a closer look at these, and also hopefully the release window and when we're going to be able to get our hands on some pre-orders and getting these in our hands to take a look at. But anyways, guys, that's kind of everything right now for the Go S and the second generation full-size Go. And it seems like Lenovo is really gearing up to launch some what could be some really good handhelds here for 2025. And I think it's not just going to be them. I actually think MSI has a better chance with their Gen 2 Intels they're coming out versus the original Claw. I think ASUS is going to have some answers to this as well, and who knows what else. But 2025 is looking like a great year for handhelds, and I'm really excited about the next generation, Generation 2, of all of these handhelds now starting to come out. So hopefully all the things they've learned from the original releases pay off and we get a lot of great devices. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. As always, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one.